So we're going to call this to order. The first thing on the agenda is to consider approval of minutes for the August 19th Planning and Zoning Commission. So do I have a motion from someone out there?
I'll make a motion that it be approved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Well, I'll second. I wasn't at the meeting. I hate to do that when I'm not in attendance, but I'll second it.
Okay, so we've got Bruce making the motion, Meta seconding it. I didn't see any problems with the minutes. Did anyone else?
Need to change my spelling on my name.
Spelling on Bruce's name. Okay.
I know I'm Brian. Take the Y out.
Brian, I'm sorry. I missed.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking. I'm sorry. So they misspelled your name. Okay.
Yeah. Just change the spelling and that'll be good.
Okay. Correct the spelling on Brian's name. Okay. So with that change noted, let's go ahead vote. And we're going to vote by person because it's hard to do it online. So Meta, do you are you in favor of this motion?
Yes.
Brian, are you in favor of this motion?
Yes.
Cliff, are you in favor?
Yes.
Bruce, are you in favor?
Yes.
And I also in favor. So this motion passes. Okay, the next item up on our agenda is, scoot ahead to it. Okay, SB 2020-007, applicant Van Hattern with Collier Consulting Incorporated, representing Lutheran Social Services, is requesting a subdivision waiver from section 155.6.11 sidewalk requirement to be constructed at 1010 South Graham, being lot 2, block 170 of the city addition to the city of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas. And we have Harold here today to explain the city's position on this. Harold?
Yes, a spell check, please, quick for Van. It's Hatem, Hatem.
Okay.
Instead of N, and that's an item 1 tonight and item the second placing on the agenda.
Got it.
All right. This is actually where the Head Start is located. I don't know if any of y'all had a chance to go by and look at that facility there, but that is the situation where he is requesting this sidewalk variance in this particular case. Staff recommends denial because it's our ordinance. That's what we have to do as a staff.
Okay.
So that's really all I will have on that item.
Okay, thank you, Harold. Commissioners, we need a motion to discuss this, and then we can vote. Do we have a motion one way or the other? Hey, Todd, welcome.
Hey, welcome. Push the wrong button. Sorry, push the wrong button.
Okay, so do we have a motion to approve or deny this waiver?
I'll make a motion, we decline.
Okay, Meta's made the motion that we not approve this waiver request. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Brian makes the second. Now we can discuss. Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I have to open a public hearing.
Yes.
I glossed straight over that. I am so sorry. Let's go ahead and before we do that, let's open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of this waiver request? Is there anybody here who wishes to speak against this waiver request? All right, we're closing the public hearing. Meta, I assume you still want to go ahead with your motion to deny, and Brian, your second. Let's discuss.
From what I've seen of the property, if you drove over to it, their driveway, they have an actual slot in there where it looks like it was set up for a sidewalk. After you pull off the highway, they've got the board spacer and the concrete on both sides, and it's about the width of a sidewalk right about the property line. And if you follow that same property line on down to the telephone poles, the ground through there is fairly flat. It's just got a little bit of an incline to get up to the driveway, but it doesn't get any of the hillside from the shoulder of the highway.
Okay, so you're saying as you kind of go down lower, it flattens?
Yes.
Okay.
About where
I know,
where
yeah, that's what I noticed too, Brian.
yeah, and I don't see that a sidewalk would be a issue there.
Okay, and I'm looking.
And this is the sidewalk one. So, but I think that there's enough flat ground there that they shouldn't have to do a whole lot of dirt work to meet the standards there. And with it being a school location, it would be really good to get the kids off the highway.
Yeah, it's the map that they gave us, the proposed sidewalk is a good deal away from the actual highway, as far as I can tell. What do the rest of you guys think? Todd, do you have an opinion on this?
I have an opinion, yeah, but I'm good. I don't think I was going to move to deny it as well, so I'm good. All those things stated.
Okay, anyone else have anything to say? Are you all ready to vote? Okay, let's go ahead and vote. We'll do it a roll call vote. So all those in, we'll go person by person. So Meta, are you in favor of recommending to council denying this waiver request?
Yes.
Yes. Brian, are you in favor of denying this waiver request?
Yes.
Cliff, are you in favor of denying this request?
Yes.
Yes. Todd?
Yes.
And Bruce, are you in favor of denying this request?
No.
No. Okay, and I am in favor. So we have one no and all the rest. So this go ahead, we will recommend to council that that they deny this request for a waiver of their sidewalk requirement. Moving on. So this is hand in hand with the other one. This is SV 2020-008, applicant Matt Van Hattem with Collier Consulting, Inc., representing Lutheran Social Services, is requesting a subdivision waiver from section 155.6.04 M1 curb and gutter requirements to be constructed at 1010 South Graham, being Lot 2, Block 170 of the City Addition to the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas. And Harold is going to provide some background for us, I believe.
Yes, Madam Commissioner and Commissioners, the same thing here. It's required by the ordinance, and staff recommends denial of the request. Really no background other than we required them to place in a curb and gutter at that location.
Thank you. I have asked Nick Williams to also provide us some background information since he's head of City Works. I thought that this was kind of, because what the applicant was looking at was suggesting was that there was a difficulty with, on their application, they wanted this waiver because they said, the construction would concentrate the runoff from the adjacent road and cause erosion issues. Elevation differences between the road and proposed curb and gutter make construction difficult. So I just wanted Nick Williams to weigh in from city staff, his opinion on this. So Nick, could you please let us know what your thoughts are?
So curb and gutter is required by the ordinance, but certainly it's not uncommon to not have a curb and gutter where we have a bar ditch. And so I don't have a lot of heartburn with them not having curb and gutter at this location.
Do you think that it would hurt the location, the discussion of the erosion and that sort of thing? Is that a real concern?
I think those can be easily addressed. I don't think that the erosion is a big issue. I think that if and when the curb and gutter is put in, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have a roadway, a curb and gutter, and then a bar ditch right behind it. And so when the drainage gets addressed by TxDOT and or the city in the future, I think at that point, the elevation of the street will change. And so putting the curb and gutter in at this point may be premature.
Right, because you would have to alter everything in order to fix it down the road, is what you're
Both the
saying.
horizontal, right, both the horizontal and the vertical.
Okay, I see. Anybody have questions for Nick? Okay, thank you. I appreciate you weighing in. Okay, let's go ahead and open the public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of this request to waive curb and gutter? Is anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of it? Is there anybody here who wishes to speak against it? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, if we can get a motion and a second that we can discuss.
I move to recommend to council to approve the request for a
Okay.
waiver.
Todd motions we approve the request. Is there a second?
I'll
Second.
second.
Okay, we've got it. Well, I think Meta got in just under
It
the
don't
wire.
matter.
We're gonna give it.
Doesn't
We're gonna
matter.
give it to Meta,
Whatever.
and Brian's gonna be our third. Okay, discussion.
Since I made the motion, I guess I'll discuss first, but it's the same as all the others. We've never gotten clarification. This is going to be another 10-yard, another 20 feet, 30 feet off the highway with a random curb out in the middle of nowhere. It's not like a street sidewalk where they start tying in. This is going to have a whole street reconstruction before it does any good. So again, it's one of those deals where we're just not ready for curb and gutters on that. They'll be added when that gets expanded by TxDOT.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me.
Yeah, me too.
Y'all ready to vote? Okay, we'll do this one by one. Meta, are you in favor of the motion to approve the waiver for curb and gutter?
Yes.
Brian, are you in favor of this motion?
Yes.
Cliff, are you in favor of this motion?
Yes.
Todd, are you in favor?
Yes.
Yes. And Bruce, are you in favor?
Yes.
And I'm in favor. So that is unanimous. We are recommending to council that they approve this waiver for curb and gutter. Moving on to the last item on our agenda for the evening is case number RZ2020-009. Applicant Jack Backus is requesting a rezone of property located at 800 Riverside, being Lot 11, Block 74 of the City Addition to the City of Stephenville, Erath County, Texas, from B2 Retail and Commercial Business to R2 1 and 2 Family. Okay, Harold, do you have anything to tell us about this?
Yes, it's going to an R2, which there's black uses around this property. We also have single family in the area. Of course, you know, you can do a single family home in an R2. In this case, it's probably going to be a duplex, but there's already existing duplexes on this street and close. Staff recommends approval of the request.
Does it? I thought it, because it doesn't conform with the comprehensive plan.
It doesn't conform with the comprehensive plan because the comprehensive plan needs to change in that area.
I agree. Okay.
The front portion could be commercial, no problem. But what we're talking about along Riverside Drive is more of a residential setting.
Right. No, I think that was supposed to be R1 in the future, correct? The future land?
It's
Yeah.
Yes, R1, I'm sorry. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
Okay. I believe Nick Williams had something he wanted to,
He does. We need, yes.
Okay, I'm back. So I've got the applicant here with me, just assisting him with the technology side of this meeting to answer any questions that you all might have. I've also been visiting with Mr. Backus about a utility easement that would go adjacent to this property, but the utility easement is really not relevant to the zoning of this property.
okay. Thank you.
Yes,
So you have the applicant there. Does the applicant wish to speak and tell us anything about this?
Yeah, I own that whole block there. And and on Riverside Drive, in the 700 block of Riverside Drive, the money that's put that together has all come out of my pocket. I have a new duplex that I completed in 2017. That's right down the street from 800. I own 708 up to 800. And I would like the option of putting another duplex in. I can't guarantee that I'm going to do that. I'm 71 years old. But should my health hold and everything go well, I'm thinking about 2 years, I'll put another duplex in. Now my duplex has a full 2-hour fire rated wall between them. Building inspector says there's not very many of them around here. I also have a full 3-stage stucco finish on the outside. I spent 40 some years as a professional carpenter, and I do my own building. So that's my plan. That's the reason for the rezoning, is to have the option of building another duplex in a couple of years.
Okay, thank you, sir. Does any of the commissioners have any questions for Mr. Bacchus? Okay, thank you, sir. We're going to go ahead and open a public hearing. Is there anybody here who wishes to speak in favor of this rezone? Is there anybody here who wishes to speak against this rezone? Okay, we'll close the public hearing. Commissioners, if I can get a motion and a second, then we can discuss.
I'll move for that we recommend to council for approval of case number RZ 2020-009.
Okay, Brian has made the motion. Is there a second?
This is Bruce. I'll second.
Bruce has made the second. Discussion? We all know where we stand? It seems to make sense to me. I mean, I know that that's designated for R1, but it seems to be doing fine as R2. I'm not sure why we have that as our future land use.
Well, the duplex that he built is beautiful. So I think it enhances the neighborhood, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we ready to vote?
I move for a roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Okay, Meta.
Yes.
I'm
sorry.
let me get the wording right.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you sorry, I'm having a hard time with words today.
Council approval of the zoning request. There you go, Lisa.
Todd, you got it. Thank you. Do you recommend to council that we approve this rezone request?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Brian, do you believe we should recommend to council approval of this rezone request?
Yes.
Cliff, yes or no?
Simple yes.
Yes, Todd.
Yes, but I can't keep doing Brian's job for him as vice chair. Come on.
Yeah, I should step up a little.
And Bruce, it was your motion, but do you recommend to council that we approve this rezone request?
Yes.
Yes, and I do as well. So
Okay.
this is unanimous. We will recommend to council approval of this rezone request. Mr. Bacchus, that's your next step. You're going to go in front of council and that they will make the final determination on this rezone. Okay? Thank you, sir. And that is all we have on the agenda for tonight. So who's going to move to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Well
Second.
done. Well
Yeah,
done.
I'll second.
Third.
Yeah, fourth.
Okay.
Y'all. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you, Harold, for coming. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thanks, Nick, for coming. See everybody
Thank you,
next time.
Lisa.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Bye.